What's up everyone? So this is going to be a long-term analysis for Chainlink, and we're going to figure out in this video whether or not Chainlink has already found its bottom. Like, is the bottom already in? Are we going to just start going up now? Or, could we still go lower? And if we do go lower, what levels should we be paying attention to? So first and foremost, I have to say that this video is a longer term analysis for Chainlink so that you guys know what to expect, on a 6, 12, even 24-month basis. We're going to discuss short-term targets, we're going to discuss mid-term targets, and we're going to discuss long-term targets. So if you're interested to find, all of these things out, stick around to the end of this video. And before I dive right into it, this is going to be part of probably a 3-video series where I'm filming it back to back to back. So if you finish this video and, you appreciate this style of analysis, look out for the channel for a couple of other videos, probably Solana and Polkadot, on, just this style of video. And without any further ado, let's dive right into it. So first things first, we're going to have to zoom out. And, first thing that strikes out immediately to me is the fact that you have equal lows over here at the moment at $13.5. And again, you're going to want to mark these levels down. I'm giving you the exact levels right now. So if you're not marking them down on your own chart, there's nothing more that I can do to help you. So equal lows often means that they will very likely be run. And what do I mean by that? So basically, the markets move because the market makers want them to move, right? 80% of daily trading volume comes from algorithms, from smart money. So the market runs on liquidity, basically. Whenever you see equal lows, or equal highs for that matter, always expect there to be liquidity that is going to be run. Even just a simple poor high, right, such as this, right? Notice how you wick just a tiny bit above that high, and then you reverse, right? You trap the buys here, you come back down here, right? Back into quote-unquote support, right? You wick below it, stop everybody out, trick people into thinking that, support has been broken, and you reverse it. And now you trap the sellers. So the market runs on liquidity. As of this moment, you have 2 equal lows over here, so I am fully expecting this level to get run. It could happen, it might not happen. Again, one thing I have to clarify before I continue on with this analysis is the fact that this is a long-term analysis. There are many things that can change with a long-term analysis, such as maybe in the next 2 to 3 months, in the next month, the Federal Reserve is going to, hike the interest rates a lot more than what you were expecting. If that's the case, then market conditions have changed, whereby you're going to just start, nuking. Maybe crypto is going to go to 0, for example. Or, you might get some immensely good news and, you start pumping. And you will never come back down to clear these lows. So a lot can change in a long-term analysis, especially when I'm focused on a timeline of about 6 to 12 months. So with that said, I'm going to give you, to the best of my ability, what you should expect at each level so that you are well prepared into anything that happens. But I have to clarify that things can change. For now, especially just in the immediate short term, I'm seeing 2 equal lows over there, and I'm seeing another 2 equal lows over here. These are just prime stops that can be run, and I think they will be run. So assuming that that is the case, the first level that you're going to want to look to for Chainlink in order to find a bottom is going to be 13.5. And I know what you're thinking, right? You're going to just, you're just going to run through it. But here's the thing, you're going to reverse, right? You're going to trap sellers right there. You're going to stop sellers out, and then you're going to trap them, right? So reverse it. That's when you take your profit. Heck, this could even be the bottom as well, right? Whereby maybe there is no longer any sellers that is left to trap down here or to take out. There is no more liquidity on the downside. So you just come here, wick these people out, and you start reversing. And then you start taking out the buy stops. And here's the thing about liquidity, which is when you start reversing into bullish order flow, right? I want you to take a look at this, right? This right here is bearish order flow. This is bullish order flow. When order flow is bullish, you are going to take out previous highs, major highs, such as this, right? When you are bearish on order flow, you are going to take out major lows from previously, right? In this case, that would be that one. Notice how you wick just a tiny bit above it, below it, and reverse. This one, wick above it, reverse, right? So assuming that once you wick this one, assuming that order flow turns bullish, then expect 28.4 and 38.5 to get hit. This will be a short-term target, 28. I know it doesn't seem very plausible right now, but when order flow switches bullish, you would be surprised at what happens. So that's going to be take profit 1, take profit 2, and over here, all-time high at 52 is going to be take profit number 3. And don't worry, I'm going to discuss long-term targets, not just at 54, because there are some, very adamant people who believe that Chainlink is going to go to $100, and I am one of those people. So we're going to discuss that. So 13.5, that is the first level that you're going to want to look for a possible bottom. The second level, which, might not be immediately visible to you guys, but this is where indicators come on. Now, I don't use indicators as like my first level of analysis. I don't bring up an indicator and base my analysis off of that. I look at price action first. You always look at price action first because indicators are programmed on price action. You could even say that price action is the best indicator. So this just adds secondary confirmation to my previous theory, which is I think that a bottom for Chainlink is going to come in between $10 and $7.50, give or take. Now, let me explain. These orange lines right here, this is called a mean reversion channel. And basically mean reversion is, think of it as a fancier Bollinger Band. But I say that it's a lot more accurate than Bollinger Bands, although please don't take my word for it. I am not familiar with Bollinger Bands at all. So whenever you do come back to this bottom band right here that indicates a bottom, for example, this, especially when you put it on a daily time frame, that is a higher time frame, it tends to be pretty accurate in the sense that unless you are in a super strong bull trend, but you'll burst out above it. However, you cannot deny that you do not stay above these trends for very long. In fact, every single time it has been able to predict the top, bam, bam, and that was very close. So assuming that you do come back here, $10 and $7 is going to provide a very solid buying area for the predictable future. Notice how, in the entirety of Chainlink's existence, you've only touched the bottom band once for like less than a few hours. That was the start of, let's see here, that was the start of a 50x move. From that point right there, that was the start of a 50x move. Sorry, that's a 36x move. Now, saying that once you touch this, you're going to go for another 36x move. We'll discuss that. But if you do touch this, I don't see why you cannot hit $100 from here. So pay attention to that level. Mean reversion channels is one of my favorite ways to identify, where we are on a macro scale. And when you put it on a higher time frame, it tends to be fairly accurate. So if you go back to 10 or 7.2, mean reversion is not the only thing that, provides confluence to this being a bottom. Remember how I determined these levels before bringing up the mean reversion channels. And that's because of just liquidity, basically. While this is really ugly, there is some liquidity to be taken over here. It might not be immediately obvious, but there is some that can be taken here. So these three levels, 1, 2, 3, those are the levels that you're going to want to watch for a potential bottom on Chainlink. Now, let's discuss targets. So in the immediate short term, I already said it, when you wick, below here, there is a possibility that you could, bullish order flow will just switch bullish immediately, and you're going to go target over here. Absolutely a possibility. So the first target is definitely going to be 28, as mentioned. When order flow turns bullish, you target previous major highs. In this instance, it's going to be at 28, it's going to be at 38, and it's definitely going to be at 52.6. But what about after? Right, what about after? So this is going to be tough. Right, this is going to be tough because we don't know that this is the exact bottom yet. But we just have to make do with what we've got. Assuming that this is indeed the bottom, I'm just going to mark out some very rough levels that you can take profit from. Of course, the thing that changes is if this bottom gets broken, let's say a new bottom forms at $10. Assuming that is the case, right? Then you just move your fib from this swing high over here at all-time highs to that low, right? At the moment, this is all we have to work with. So, at least I'm teaching you how to use this. So, long-term targets. You can see that the 2.618 easily hits $116. So that's going to be a very logical area that, you could expect the Chainlink top to be. And more importantly, Chainlink has been, I don't know if you know this, but Chainlink started its bull market back in 23rd of September, which is, no, not even that. It started back in, let's try to figure this out. So the one time that it hit the bottom band, that's over there during the you-know-what crash. So it started its really strong bull market at that point. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is before every single coin has, Chainlink finished its bull market. It started its bull market earlier than most coins, and it finished its bull market earlier than most coins. That's why it has been underperforming this entire time. But that does not mean to say that, you should give up on Chainlink. In fact, it's the opposite. Since it's finished its bull market, let's take a look. It's been about a year almost a year where it has been underperforming compared to the rest of the market. If anything, this should give you a good confirmation that, hey, when people are losing interest in Chainlink right now, that's the time you should be getting in. So, targets for Chainlink. First, long-term target. I expect this to get hit within this year. Assuming that markets are bullish, assuming that you go into bullish order flow, I do believe that this leg is going to be the leg that takes it to $100. But on the way, you're going to want to take some profit, just on the way, which is these profits are going to be at 28, they're going to be at 38, 52, 77, 92, and 116. Now, I want to talk about Chainlink's probably 3 to 4 year target. If you base it on the fibs, which 5.618 tends to be the exact top, in the immediate long term, right? In the really long term, the 5.618 tends to signal the start of a bear market, back into a reversal, into a 90% drawdown, stuff like that. You might not even hit the 5.618, but fully expect the 2.618 to get hit. Any more than that is just going to be a bonus. So $116, absolutely just a viable target. Of course, remember, I taught you already, a lot of things can change in between the next 6 months to 12 months, but realistic target. 155, 195, and 234. I don't know if that's realistic, but possible. It is possible. But by that time, I'm definitely going to have to make a new video. But for now, if you enjoyed this video so far, I would like you to like the video. It's a small gesture, but it really helps a lot. And I want you to comment down in the comment section below, LINK. Small gesture really helps out the YouTube algorithm a lot. And if you enjoy this format of video, let me know as well, so that I know to make more of these kinds of videos for every single coin out there, basically, at least the major ones. And if you want to take your trading game to the next level, you want to follow along with all of the active daily market updates that I'm giving, follow along with all the trades that I might be calling, as well as get access to the trading course, check out the private Discord group in the description box below. Monthly subscriptions are currently open right now. If you're interested, check it out. If you're not interested, don't do it. But for now, may the gains be with you, my friend, and peace.